The last time that you guys saw this vehicle, it looked like this, just about a month ago. Over the course of 3 days, a few weekends spliced together, we finally have an end product. Day one, step one is getting this car over to TNT. If you guys have at least been following us for a month now, you guys already know who TNT is and who Teddy is. But Teddy is an owner in TNT Auto Repair, and they have been helping us put back together all of our cars on the channel. I've known Teddy for over 8 years, and when I realized that this project was going to be a little bit more complex, I reached out to him and I asked if he would help me re-bring this car back to life, and he agreed to help us do that. How long have you been in business now?
Since July of last year.
Bro, I didn't even know you were back in town.
I know.
Right now, we're in the middle of replacing the hub, which was one of the main broken components that was keeping us from turning the wheel. These radiators took most of the damage, to be honest.
And you only bought this part, right?
I bought the whole thing.
Hold on, the one with the wheel bearing?
Yep.
Just so I don't take it off.
And because we're on a time crunch, I called my cousin in for reinforcements to help me get some GoPro clips. I'm gonna go check out one of these shops right now and see what they'll do.
It's good, bro.
They'll do it. They have a tire.
It's good, right? Yeah. I don't see it look like the tire. Yeah. And you could tell like just broke off the lip. Like it just snapped and like no damage here was crazy. Perfect. Yeah. That's what I'm telling you.
We went down the street to get a new tire. Now that wasn't the right size, but these wheels are only going to be temporary, so we just got the temporary solution. Thankfully, the wheel wasn't bent or anything like that. Rotated just fine. All I needed was just a new tire because the tire was ripped.
Perfect, man. Hell yeah.
What year is this car?
Huh?
This Corvette, what year?
It's 2021 C8 Corvette.
While we were away getting the tire replaced, Teddy stayed back to get the radiator stack installed. Everything was flowing right. We replaced the Freon. We started adding coolant. And this is where we realized we went wrong by buying used. As we started to pull out all the air from the radiator, we realized that there was a leak. And so that meant we had to stop and replace the radiator. We made a quick stop at the Chevy dealership to get a replacement radiator.
Best bet would be to drive down the street.
I was about to tell you, I'm gonna close the doors and take a nap.
Just love food.
Yeah. Here too, it was broken. It's broken, so I'm about to find out in a little bit.
If you recall in the first video, we said that the frame was a little bent. We're realizing that that bend is preventing us from installing this bracket. And before you judge us, this car isn't going anywhere. I'm keeping it for life, and I can live with what we're about to do. Hell yeah, brother. To be fair, I haven't actually seen that. You want to leave the heater on or just AC?
No AC.
It don't matter.
What's the temperature? Let me go get my scanner too. Cause some of these too, they won't go away till you drive the car.
Yeah, it does a drive.
Yeah, see, so it almost clear everything. Yeah. See, the only ones that it kept was just invalid data from engine and powertrain. Okay. No, I mean that's not bad, dude, at all. It went from 19 coals down to 4. And you still have a whole front bumper off and a door panel off over there. So no, that's not bad. So yeah, just start it up and let it run. And before you turn it on, so click it off again and let it short like go off. Yeah, and now turn it back on. Grab it.
Hell yeah. Go ahead, bro. Nah, go ahead.
She's jumpy.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
They ask you to put your seatbelt on. It's for sure asking me.
OnStar, hello. You don't have a seatbelt. Careful with the dog. It could be alignment. Oh my God.
That's probably nasty.
It is to the right? All right, cool.
And while we're busy working on the car all day, my wife was nice enough to take the fender and bumper to paint and drop it off for me. And if all this feels kind of rushed to you, it kind of is. The very next day, we were on a plane to Orlando. The very next weekend after that, we were in Austin looking at a new car. The week after that, you guys know we were in California driving the GT3 Ferrari back. And we're not going to forget our core audience, so in the midst of all this, we decided to push out a ton of videos for the Julia fan base. So the total duration that we spent working on this car was about 3 days. We're going to call this day 1.5. This was the very next day after we finished at Teddy's shop. He took it to get an alignment and then dropped it off at Paint For Me. We dropped it off February 7th, and we didn't have time to pick it up till February 27th. Okay, got the parts. We're going to explain it back at Teddy's shop, but everything has been painted and everything is here. We're missing just a few tiny pieces. Basically, the frame is slightly more bent than we thought, and the hood and fender aren't letting it close. So we're taking it back to Teddy's shop and trying to figure out our lives right now. I didn't charge my new camera, so I'm only at 28%, so I'm going to try to only use this when I actually get it. So we'll see you back at the shop. Good morning, it is a new morning, and I have some explaining to do. So those last clips that you guys just saw were me trying to put the car back together. Last time you saw is obviously we're getting the front bumper painted. Wow, it's been painted. Wow, the fender's been painted. However, when I gave it to Delira, he was like, hey, everything isn't going on the way that it should. I'm trying to close the hood onto your fender, and it looks like it's misaligned. So he said, I don't know if I'm gonna have to pull the frame, but I'm gonna have to diagnose it further. I said, hey, we're on a time crunch. Let's just forget about it. I'm gonna put everything in my Stelvio. We drove the C8 with missing the front bumper and fender to Teddy's shop. Me and Teddy re-looked at everything and tried to figure out what was going wrong with it. But essentially, here's what happened. In the accident, when this fender was hit, it obviously pulled these brackets out. I didn't realize that those brackets were bent that badly. It didn't look that bad, which is why I didn't replace them. The only one that looked bad was this one, hence why I replaced it. But these were bent. All we did, me and Teddy, we spent obviously the night bending these back. Ta-da, done. Now the front hood. closes. Okay, that was it. And the front bumper goes on. You guys saw that we test fit it. However, in the midst of all this, I finally got my package from Lynn Layton in Alabama. Lynn Layton had all of these parts. So that harness that you guys just saw me touching in there, technically partial of the front bumper, my old radiator stack I know is damaged, but my radiator stack, my door card, which was the number one thing that I needed, all the bottom trim panel. I have, if you guys can see, which I didn't see prior to, I have a side skirt, a full side skirt. And on this side, because Lynn Layton did the estimate, there's no side skirt. So you guys know about the vehicle off of Noah. Noah, without me in the picture, had originally taken this to Lynn Layton in Alabama to get the car broken down. And the estimate, we paid them to put the car back together. We notified them that I was picking up the car. And then when you guys saw the car delivered, obviously it was missing the front bumper and all the parts that we assumed were damaged. But when I started peeking inside the car, I noticed like the door card and certain things were missing. So I called them. I got this car back in January 30th, and I've called them every single week since, mainly looking for the door card, but every other part that should have been on the car that wasn't damaged, the whole bottom of the car wasn't damaged, the harnesses weren't damaged, anything like that. But I've been calling them because I didn't really want to pay for a new door card. I mean, it was my door card, and everything was fine with it. After months and months of calling them, they finally said, we have a package. It's 120 pounds. You need to come and pick it up. They're not going to help me ship it. They're not going to help me do anything. They just said it's all in this massive box, and come pick up all your stuff. I'll be honest, not a very pleasant experience. It is now March, and I just got no help from them. It just wasn't a good experience with the dealership overall. They were extremely rude. And then I got the package delivered. All that came in the package was the door card, few of this trim, that piece right there, because you can see I clearly have two now. No harness, no nothing. Everything weighed, I weighed it, 25.7 pounds. So I paid for 120 pounds of a package for it to only weigh 25 pounds. It was very frustrating. I was super annoyed. I paid like $300 to get the package here. They put it in this massive box that was probably the length of the car. No side skirt, no harness, no nothing. It's literally these few pieces and the door card is all they sent. So anyways, don't shop at Lynn Layton. They are horrible. But other than that, we finally have everything that we need. Bumper, and we're doing our final assembly of the car today or right now. And yeah. And for Chevy dealerships, I will say that the Chevy dealership here local to me has been great. I realized that I bought the wrong harness for the car because I thought I had parking sensors and all that, and then it came with this piece. Unfortunately, because the way that it's worked, the way that the parts department works, they don't really know what this goes to. I'd have to take it to the actual service department. However, we all think that this should work no problem with just the plugs that came with my car, which is this one to open the hood, and then it should be this, which is the ambient temp. Everything else should be a dead plug, and we're just going to close them off, do nothing with them. But yeah, I don't know where they're actually supposed to go on the car. We're just going to zip tie them up, as you can see what we're doing right here. Is this the right way? No, but I don't have another C8 to look at, so I'm doing the best to guess, okay? Most YouTube channels would have dragged this out for a few videos, but I wanted to try a new style. I wanted to put all of our heart into it and give you one long video, which this, again, a combination of 3 days has got us now to a 15-minute video, which I hope you guys enjoy. Before tackling this project, we had no idea what we were getting into. Again, this is my first American car. I've never rebuilt a C8 before, and it has been a learning process for us here at Modern Motors. Now, we have been enjoying the car and driving it around with friends. There is still a check engine light that we need to address, but unfortunately we need a ECU or reflash to get that cleared. June 1st is our full cost breakdown video, so you guys know exactly what we put into it, and we will be driving it on camera. If you're coming for C8 content, I will see you June 1st, and for everyone else, I will see you Monday at 9 a.m. with another Julia video. Different than Julia content for sure.
I've never even sat in one.
To be honest, I've driven a lot of cars. Never
Yeah.
So my first drive will be my first. So we're just processing.